So here's the 411 I want to share with all of you. Instead of having to start your business on your own without the proper experience, so what I'm suggesting is that you can take a full-time job and then do something that is not in conflict with your full-time job as a business. Okay, so you'll be getting experience on the full-time job, plus you will be able to pay your bills with that money from the full-time job. Okay, I put a lot of information. I wish I had recorded it myself, but I will just go over it again. So when I started out, I worked volunteer to the local merchants. I will walk up to them as I'm 18 years old, I'm in college, and I'm studying accounting. Do you need any bookkeeping work? So I'll go in and I'll do volunteer for them. Some of them I'll charge a little bit. I won't charge like the right market rate. So I'll be doing bookkeeping for them. And so that's how I got to accumulate 33 years of experience. So by the time I finish my degree and my certification, I have a ton of experience. And still, I did not work for myself. I had to go work for CPA firms to get more experience. So there's nothing wrong with not working for yourself right away out of college. I know a lot of you are out of college and you want to go work for yourself because you want the freedom to live the laptop life and work on the beach whenever you want. You can still do it. But what I'm saying is, it's like building a house. You need a proper foundation before you build a house. So what I was saying was, you can build a house, but you're going to have to dig down the ground, put a foundation there before you put the bricks or the wood or whatever you want for the actual frame of the house. So it's the same thing for your business. You need proper foundation so that when you build the business, it can stand. All right. So when you think about it, if you work for other people, give it some time to make sure that you have enough experience before you go start your business full time. You can still do a business on a part-time basis while you're working full time, if it doesn't conflict with your contract. Okay, if it conflicts with your contract, what I'm saying is do some sort of a business that doesn't conflict with your contract, and then do your proper skill. Like me, will be the accountant. You do the that one full time, 40 hours, and with 168 hours in a week, you can sleep 8 hours solid. You have enough time to build a business for another 40 hours. All right. You just may not watch a lot of TVs, and there isn't much on TV anyways, mostly politics. So you're wasting your time sitting there watching politics and mindless television. So in my opinion, everybody should be able to start a business on the side, even if they are working full time. That's just my little take, So what I'm saying is, all of you, don't rush out there to go start your own business when you just got out of college. You don't have the proper foundation. If you happen to know someone who has a business and will give you a small share, maybe say 1%, even 2%, and you can work there full time, you can do it. Take it and then get to learn the system. All right. The other thing I want to say is also let me see, do for less money full time. Yes. So you can also do full blast if you want to. Set up your entity, LLC, S corporation, or limited if you're outside of the USA. You can set up the corporation or the business. Then you can approach other businesses who need your skills. Okay. Then you can tell them, okay, I can work on your projects. You just cannot work as an employee for them, but you can work as a subcontractor. Yes, 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 absolutely. Yes, you need a foundation. So if you work as a subcontractor for several of them, it doesn't have to be only one. Actually, the IRS rules prevents you from just working for one person as a contractor. So you can have maybe 5 people. You can do 5 hours a week for one person, 2 hours a week for another person. Most employers are now willing even to do that than having you full time in their facility and then taking up space, number one. Number two, having to give you health insurance and do retirement for you. So you can set up your entity, work for several people, a subcontractor. You may not be able to charge the full blast because if you don't have the experience and you're just out of college, you can do it for a small, a little bit of a discount, and most people would allow you to work. And if you're honest with people and say, okay, I don't have the 100% experience or something, and I know people will tell you don't say that. I am all about integrity and ethics. If you feel it's over your head, what you got to do, take classes, okay, learn and get this proper experience to get the job done. If you're not sure of it, ask somebody, a mentor, somebody, to pay them a little money, say $150 for the hour, and say, can you show me how to get this done? I did this. All right. When I started out, some of the things I didn't know how to do it. So a big corporation tax return, I will pay another CPA. I'll go sit there and they will show me how to get it done. And so then I use that to get my work done. So there's a way you can do it. So one, you can either work for somebody, all right, to get the experience, do a part-time business on the side, unrelated if it's a conflict. If it's not a conflict, go right ahead, start it on the side. And two, you can either go and start a full blast and work for several people as a subcontractor. So that's my little take for you. The other side of it is the money piece. So when you want to start your business and you don't have any money, you can work for people, save up your money, all right? Save enough living expenses. I say up to a year living expenses. Then you can quit your job to go start the business. But even that, I still tell you, work full time, accumulate about 3 years of living expenses before you do your business full time. I'm all about security. I love the fact that you can work from your laptop, but you need security so that you will not start your business and then find yourself that, oh, I got to go back and grab another job for 30, 40 hours to survive. So give your venture 3 years to be able to do it full time. It goes counter to what everybody is telling you, but I'm all about stability. You want stability, okay? So the other thing I want to cover is that when you start a business and the money starts coming in, that's not the time to go get the biggest fancy car, all right? I read someone who even at $1 million in sales was still driving her Toyota Camry. And to me, that's smart, okay? Because when you make the money, the initial money is not for fun. It's not for you to go spread yourself thin, get the $750,000 house because you made $1 million in sales. No. You need a solid foundation. Again, the solid foundation. Foundation is everything. Okay? So when the money starts coming in, I want you to do investments. If you're a coach and all of a sudden you found yourself with $1 million in revenue for this year, don't go out there and buy $800,000 house. That's wrong. Warren Buffett, he's a billionaire and still lives in the same house that he bought. Yes, the thing is out there to go get all the fancy stuff. but that's not the mindset you want. If you make 100 billion and you tell me you want to go buy $1 billion house, yes, go ahead. But that's until you get up there. Okay. So when the money starts coming in, take that money, say 50,000, get rental property. I'm all about real estate now. Get a rental property, build that up, use the equity in the first property, use it to build your wealth. So after you've built all those things, then you can go out there and splurge. All right. So when you make $1 billion and you want to buy $10 million house, I got no beef with that. So please, when your business starts making money, do not go out there and splurge on $300,000 cars and things like that. Wait until you have a solid foundation for your wealth before you go out there and splurge. And I don't know how long this thing will hold because it's a little bit unstable here. But that's all I wanted to tell you today is please do not rush out there and start a business when you don't have the proper foundation. In everything you do, I want you to have a foundation for it. Save up 3 solid years of living expenses before you do your business full-time. Give up your TV time in the first 3 years. Work full-time for somebody. Build your money. The money that comes into the business, do not go and splurge. I want you to save it up. Use it to invest in real estate. I'm not big on the stock market because I see a lot of capital losses sometimes, or even if it's a gain, a small amount, I'm not big on that. So I'm big on real estate. But even with the real estate, you have to use calculated investment skills. And feel free to hit me up if you want to brainstorm some ideas and do this and do it with a solid foundation. I do have a 90-minute session that I do for $497 US. If you want to brainstorm any ideas, we'll go over your numbers. You can choose whatever you want to talk about. It can be accounting, it can be taxes, it can be real estate investing, it could be anything that you choose you want to talk about. Okay, so you can hit me up if you want the night. I'll be posting a link later on today about the 90-minute session. We can talk about anything. It's a one-time session. If you want to keep doing it once a month, I'm fine with that. But there's no contract, there's no commitment whatsoever. I'll just give you my link to my calendar and then you just book and pay and then we'll start talking. I'd rather you spend the $500, not because it's coming to me, but I'd rather you spend the $500 to really investigate something further before you sink 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 into it and lose money. Okay, to me, it's a smart investment. So if it's not me, somebody else, I don't mind, but I want you to get the proper advice. If you already have a CPA you're working with, please consult with them on all your decisions, because most of us are happy to talk to you to make sure that we protect you. So that there's something that we can see that you may not see, because they say he who casts the path, I don't know how to explain it in English, but the one making the path don't see behind them that is crooked. So the one behind it, like a coach, can see things that, or your blind spot, so to speak. We can see your blind spots and you may not be able to see it. So please consult with an attorney, consult with an accountant. Whenever you have a decision to make, I want you to do it. And that brings me to the topic for next week, Facebook Live. It's going to be about due diligence. If you want to do investments, you have to do your due diligence. You need accountants, you need lawyers, you need appraisals, you know, whoever a professional you need to consult with. They will stop you from making the biggest loss if you are going to get into any investment. And as always, love you all. Hit me up anytime you want in a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. All right. Many, many blessings. Love you. Mwah.